friend of mine who's starting these punch needle workshops. Katie went to the teaser workshop last night and she had some finishing off to do on the piece that she created. We decided to shoot these photos here, the finishing off ones, at our house, just in the living room by the big north-facing window. This was shot in about 10 minutes with natural light. The idea was to shoot some content for Instagram really quickly because I've got a lot of other stuff to be getting on with. I didn't want to be retouching anything. I wanted to shoot, process, edit, and export as quickly as possible. And I think this is where Capture One shines over Lightroom. It's the ease of creating a new sort of space for your photos, getting them through quickly and exporting them out to predetermined destination. I love the sessions workflow. I love it over the catalog workflow, especially when working on very quick projects like this, small projects. It makes just so much more sense. I love the fact that you can have it set to default to export into within a folder structure that gets created whenever you start a new session specific to that session. That's really helpful for not losing exports when you're editing in a rush. I'm not entirely sure on my reasoning for this. I'm pretty sure that one of the reasons I got a Canon camera was the fact that the colours are better. But the first thing that I do is I remove the base grade from the picture with a preset that I made. It just strips away the camera's grade and applies a linear curve, which gives you a flat image, like the kind of thing you get when you shoot video in log format. Doing this means that I've got better control over the saturation and the contrast, as well as giving me a blank canvas for things like HSL adjustments. It also means that when I apply another preset, one of the other ones that I've made, that I have a uniform base for it. And this is really helpful if I'm trying to match different cameras quickly. Next, I'll use these buttons to copy the grade across all of the images. This isn't the most efficient way to work, but I was kind of rushing. And then I'll go through and do the individual tweaks. I got the exposure a bit off because I was rushing and I had to fix some of them. When I'm doing the finishing touches, I'll flag each image that I'm going to export using the up and down arrows, which I think are shortcuts that I've added myself, but they might not be. I'm not sure now that I think about it. Once I have that done, I'll select only the ones that I've flagged and I'll export them, making sure that I've given them a name that makes sense, because that's science. I've exported them out to a monthly folder labeled May 19, and I keep that within Instagram, and that lives on my Google Drive, and the relevant people have access to that. So I don't have to think about anything else once I hit export. The whole process took less than an hour. In fact, it took longer to type out the script for this video. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm kind of new to Capture One. I did use it in uni, but that was for the tethering workflow. It works incredibly well for tethering, especially when you're using things like Phase 1, which Capture One make. And I'm doing this video because I'm working on another video that's taken me a while, and it's about Adobe and the alternatives to Adobe and to their software suite. Capture One is one of the things that I've been trialing to replace Lightroom. I've been using it for a couple of months. There's still a lot to learn. If you've got any tips, let me know. If you use Capture One, I'd love to hear from you. But for now, let's catch up on some comments. It's been a while. I can't believe this video is still riling people up. Dat Enforcer 2 days ago. If you cock up someone's wedding, you'll be sued. You will lose your gear, maybe your apartment if you rent, and you will most of all lose your credibility going forward. Simple motto, if you're paid for a shoot, do it smart, and do it with dual cards, period. So if you're actually one of the people that watched the video all the way through, you'll know that that wasn't the point I was trying to make. I wasn't trying to say you shouldn't be looking after your data. I was just kind of saying that there's other ways to do it if you don't have 2 card slots. So yeah, look after your data. You might not get sued or, lose your testicles.
Please don't cut my testicles. Please don't cut my testicles.
But it would be bad to ruin someone's wedding pictures. So be smart and don't just rely on dual card slots. Techie27, 5 days ago. Well said. You're the professional, not the camera. From the same video as the last one, slightly less aggressive feedback. Thanks. It's definitely about what you know and not what you've got in your hands. Although it's pretty nice if you can use the best stuff. Roberto Linares, 906. Are you being chased by a... I may well have been being chased by a ghost. I think I might have been.